Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 56. We're diving right into things today because we've just been ambushed by a small army of goblins. So let's see how this goes. Okay, we're not off to a great start. Rodrik just took a poisoned arrow. And another. Okay. I'm detecting a bit of a trend here. Well, we are up against a lot of ambushers here, and unfortunately we really do need to switch Rodrik back to a kite shield. On the bright side, now that we're engaged in melee combat, he should be a lot safer. Now the skirmishers are moving up. It looks like they're being pretty aggressive. They're probably about to hit us with a bunch of nets, but on the other hand, they have left all of their ambushers open, so we may have some good open shots in a second. Let's see here. Alessandro starts us off by taking out a wolf, and Wojtek kills the rider. Then Wojtek follows up by dropping one of the goblin ambushers. Fox takes out an ambusher as well, then puts an arrow into a goblin wolf rider's chest. Rodrik is up. He quickly advances into the skirmishers, where it's nice and safe. He plunges his dagger into a goblin's shoulder. Henry impales a wolf rider's hand. Oswald advances into the skirmishers as well. He readies his warbrand and deals out multiple critical hits. Vlad kills another wolf, then quickly drops a rider as well. Agat pushes up into the gap, then slices open another wolf rider's neck. Dominic moves up, joining the rest of the brothers. And he drops another wounded skirmisher. Oh, make that two. Kazarin punctures a rider's chest, kills its wolf, then drops the rider as well. Reinhard quickly follows his example, dropping another wolf and rider, and then stepping up to finish off another wounded skirmisher. Now we're in round 2, and I may have left our archer row vulnerable here. Let's see how this plays out. Oof. Okay, that wasn't so bad. We took a couple of minor armor hits, and Oswald took a bleeding wound from that goblin pikeman. And our archers are up. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Bunny punctures a marksman's chest. Then Fox follows up by finishing off the wounded ambusher. Alessandro drops another ambusher, then puts another arrow through a wolf rider's shoulder. Agat decapitates a fleeing goblin, then moves up to engage the pikeman. Oswald lunges forward, slicing open a goblin's leg and another goblin's neck. Rodrik, despite struggling with that poison, readies his greatsword, killing a wolf with his first swing. Vlad moves up, providing some cover for our archers. That wolf rider on our south is probably going to flee, so Kazarin just moves up to engage the skirmishers. Reinhard pushes up as well, puncturing the lung of the goblin pikeman. Dominic hacks his way through a skirmisher, then moves up to engage two more. Those goblins attempt to flee, and Dominic quickly cuts one of them down and badly wounds the other. Henry starts heading south to chase down the fleeing Goblin Wolf Rider. Round 3. The last of the ambushers flees into the darkness, as does the last of the Wolf Riders. That just leaves us with these 5 skirmishers over here. Make that 4. Alessandro cuts down another fleeing skirmisher, then punctures the chest of the last one. Vlad moves up, engaging the last ambusher. Igot does as well. And Igot crushes the archer in one swing. Oswald moves up to engage the last skirmisher. As does Kazarin. And Kazarin cuts him down with one swipe from his dagger. That just leaves one foe on the board, and he's already fleeing, so it's over. That was a bit rough early on with Rodrik getting hit by all those arrows, but it wasn't that bad once we started building up momentum. Looks like Dominic the Shield pulls MVP with 4 kills. And the loot's the usual blend of goblin garbage. We'll take everything and continue on to New Farn. As you can see, we are currently in the midst of a caravan delivery. The wagon train drives into New Farn, each cart bumbling and tumbling their tall wheels over mounds of dried mud. The caravan hands work to unload the cargo, a few of them fighting off a beggar or two. The leader of the train hands you a satchel, and that's about all he does. He's too busy with his work to say much more to you. The silence is appreciated. Okay, that nets us a small amount of reputation with New Farn, as well as our employers back in Weedmark. We're not going to do any trading here, though, because with marauding greenskins, the local prices are likely to be pretty bad. I'll take a moment to look over all of our options here, but then it's time to start shopping around for another contract. Duke Dietmar von Eisenstein huffs and puffs. God damn it! He goes to his window, looking out it. I had a jousting tournament recently, and there was a bit of a controversy. Now none of my knights will fight for me until it's taken care of. You ask if you want sellswords to settle a dispute amongst nobility. The man bursts into laughter. Gods, no, lowborn. I need you to handle some greenskins that are camping north of Dornan. They've been terrorizing the region for a while now, and I'd like you to return the favor. Does that sound like something you're interested in, or should I have to go talk to another sword for hire? Well, the pay's relatively decent, and Dornan's not too far from here. So I guess we'll go ahead and accept the offer. Looks like we're headed to the Thunder Clan hideout. Let's see here. Okay, that is a bit of a ways out. Not too far, though. We'll start heading in that direction. Well, it was a relatively uneventful trip, so here we are, just outside Thunder Clan hideout. We also spotted Orbbane Key on the way here, but we'll worry about that in a moment. Okay, we're up against a mix of 11 Orc Young and Orc Warriors. Obviously, the first thing we need to do here is pull back into an elevated position. There's no point in engaging the Orcs down in this little valley here. We should have plenty of time to completely move our formation before they can reach us. Of course, we'll also take a few pot shots at them in the process. Mark Richard starts us off, landing a fairly solid armor-piercing blow. I'm seeing at least 3 Orc Warriors. I think we can handle that. Let's get the rest of our frontliners into position here, then we'll push into round 2. Okay, now I am seeing 5 Orc Warriors. That's a bit more of a problem. Oh, and I think that's number 6. We may have gotten in a bit over our heads here. Fox puts an arrow through an orc's arm. And cycling into round 2. The orc young continued their charge, but our archers are up, so hopefully we can cut a few of them down. Potato puts a couple of arrows into an orc's shield. Bunny sinks an arrow into an orc's side. Fox punctures the same orc's liver. And I guess that's it. Ooh, there we go. Belfontaine kills the badly wounded orc with a hurled axe. And the rest of the orcs continue to advance. Our spearmen ready to receive charges. And the Orc Warriors come lumbering towards us. In retrospect, it actually doesn't look that bad. We've only got 5 Orc Warriors to deal with, not 6. That's still a bit much, but at least it's a little more manageable. Moving into round 3. We've got contact on our front lines. Our archers are up. They begin peppering the Orc Warriors with arrows. Fox plants arrows in an orc's shoulder and side. Potato drops the wounded orc on our front line, then takes off a chunk of an Orc Warrior's helmet. Reinhard repels an orc on the north. Rowan cuts down a wounded orc with his crossbow. And the first of the Orc Warriors reaches our front line, engaging Janos and Eraton. Belfontaine hurls the last of his axes into a warrior. Eraton switches off to his dagger, begins whittling away at his foe, taking off half the orc's health. Another Orc Warrior moves up to engage Belfontaine. Janos is up. He readies his great hammer and doles out an armor-shattering blow. Reinhard continues keeping the north side clear. Reinhard holds his ground and keeps his spear at the ready, as does Kazarin. Rondus moves up, readies his greatsword, and plunges it through 2 Orc Warriors, shredding through their makeshift plate armor. And round 4. Bunny puts an arrow through an Orc Young's hand. Then Fox drops the badly wounded orc, before impaling another orc's hand as well. An orc finally manages to engage Reinhard. Oh, and then another one follows up, successfully stunning the spearman. Mark has a bit more luck, dropping 2 of the Orc Young on our line. Belfontaine switches off to his dagger, sneaking one attack past his foe's defenses before he becomes exhausted. The orc, panicking, smashes Rondus out of the way as it tries to flee. Eraton lashes out at his foe, but quickly becomes exhausted as well. Rondis smashes into another foe, cutting off a huge chunk of his health and armor. Then Kazarin grabs for his Rondel dagger and carves away at the orc as well, fatally wounding it. Reinhard gets smashed out of the way by a charging orc, but Janos quickly strikes it with his great hammer, then follows up with a dagger strike. Belfontaine moves up, engaging 2 Orc Warriors at once. Round 5. Bunny takes aim and sinks an arrow into the last Orc Young. Woe trims off a bit more armor with his pike. Confronted by an Orc Warrior, Rowan readies his pike and takes off a piece of the Orc's helmet. Fox moves up and fires through the ranks. Potato fires through the ranks as well. Kazarin gets smashed out of the way by a charging Orc Warrior. Mark lands a hit on another Orc Warrior, breaking its morale. Oh my. The Orc Warriors are just shoving our frontliners all over the place. Reinhard takes another chunk off of an Orc's health bar. Eraton lands a quick hit, but goes back to being exhausted. Kazarin lands a solid hit as well. Then Rondis follows up, breaking the Orc's morale. Janos moves up to engage the last of the unbroken Orcs, landing a solid hit with his great hammer. Woe readies his dagger, starts whittling away at a fleeing Orc. And the Orc Warriors start trying to flee. Rowan cuts one down with his pike. Oh, and it looks like all of the remaining foes are trying to flee. We've obviously got them locked down, so we're certainly not letting them go at this point. Rowan just put out an Orc's eye with his pike. This is really just cleanup at this point. We're just racing to see who can land the killing blows. Potato puts down the badly injured Orc Warrior. Mark mows down the last of the Orc Young. And that just leaves us with one more heavily armored warrior to contend with. Eraton doles out one quick hit. Reinhard starts circling on the north. Janos takes off another huge chunk of the Orc's armor and health, then finishes it off with his dagger. That nets us 3 level ups. Potato hits level 12, Woe hits level 10, and Belfontaine hits level 7. It also looks like Mark pulls MVP with 3 Orc kills. And the loot's halfway decent. We'll take the furs, we'll take the Orc weapons. Actually, we've got plenty of room, so we'll take everything. And I think we're pretty much done here. Now we just need to head back to collect our pay. But on the way there, we'll at least take a quick peek at that other stronghold we discovered. And welcome back. Well, here we are at Orbbane Key. We can't make out what's inside, but I figure what the heck. Let's pop in and see what we're up against. Oh, that's not too bad. We're up against a small army of bandits, but only 3 of them are marksmen. They do have an elevated position, but I don't think that will be much of a problem. Let's see if we can start picking some of these guys off. Wojtek starts us off, impaling a bandit crossbowman's arm. Dominic takes a light armor hit. And the rest of the bandits start charging our line, once again leaving their marksmen exposed. Potato is up. We'll focus fire on that crossbowman. No luck there. Mark is up. He cuts down an enemy archer, then fires a second shot into a charging bandit's shield. Oh, and we've got a brigand leader on the field, the Robber Baron. Looks like he's got some halfway decent gear there. Rodrik moves up to engage, readying his greatsword. But he can't get past his foe's shields. Henry moves up, doling out a nasty hit with the war banner. Oswald moves up, engaging 3 foes at once, before plunging his dagger into one of their sides. Igot moves up to engage the bandits, charging from the north, impaling one of them through the hand. Dominic leaps up onto an elevated position, impaling another brigand's hand as well. Kazarin moves down to cover our south flank, puncturing a bandit's kidney. And Reinhard moves up, covering our north, before plunging his dagger into another brigand's side. Vlad moves up to support Reinhard, killing the badly wounded bandit with his pike. And moving into round 2. The brigands continue pushing. One lands a light hit on Igot's helmet. Rodrik takes a light hit as well. Wojtek is up. He cuts down the enemy crossbowman. The last of the bandit marksmen rushes forward, taking cover behind his allies. But that doesn't stop Alessandro from putting an arrow through his foot. Looks like a lot of the brigands are going on the defensive, shield walling or readying counterattacks. Well, there goes Kazarin's shield again. Unfortunately, those heater shields are more stylish but also more fragile than kite shields. Henry lashes out, pushing a bandit to the brink of death. Oswald lays into a bandit as well, but can't get past his shield. Rodrik lashes out, slicing open a bandit's arm. Igot facing off against 3 foes. Readies his great axe, but also can't get past his opponent's shield. Vlad impales one of the bandit's arms. Kazarin cuts down the wounded bandit on his flank, then turns his attention to the Robber Baron. Reinhard punctures a wounded bandit's chest. And moving into round 3. Alessandro is up. He focuses fire on the last of the bandit marksmen, fatally wounding him and breaking the morale of several of the bandits. Then he lands a glancing hit, breaking yet another bandit's morale. Wojtek is up next. He fires into the bandits' ranks, killing one of them with his first shot, and another with his second. Potato is up. He moves up and fires through the ranks. The remaining bandits are either fleeing or going on the defensive, though Igot takes a minor helmet hit again. The Robber Baron smashes Kazarin back with his shield. Henry lashes out, striking one of the last of the bandit raiders. Vlad cuts down one of the fleeing bandits, then moves up. Rodrik readies his greatsword. He decapitates a fleeing bandit, then trades blows with another. Oswald takes stock of his foe, then readies his warbrand. He lashes out, taking off a huge chunk of his opponent's armor. Kazarin re-engages the robber baron, impaling him through the arm. Dominic moves in to support Oswald and Kazarin. Reinhard moves up, continuing to press the bandits on the north. He punctures one of the bandits' lungs. The bandits respond by continuing to jockey for position. Moving into round 4. Potato continues firing through the ranks. He takes off a bandit's ear. Wojtek fires into the thick of the bandits as well, puncturing a bandit's leg. Rodrik takes a minor helmet hit. Mark punctures one of the bandits' chests. Henry pushes another bandit to the brink of death. Oswald just took a minor hit. I got readies his great axe once more, but still can't get it past his opponent's shields. Vlad follows up with his pike, breaking a brigand's morale. Rodrik decapitates the last of his foes, then holds his ground for a moment to catch his breath. Dominic takes a moment to catch his breath as well. Reinhard quickly circles the bandits on the north, killing one of the last 2 bandits with his dagger, and then cutting down the second one as well. That just leaves the robber baron and 2 more badly injured brigands. Moving into round 5. Our archers are up. Potato fires through the ranks, cutting down the second to last of the bandit raiders. Wojtek moves up, landing a glancing hit against the last bandit. The robber baron puts up a token fight against Kazarin and Dominic. Mark takes the ear off the last of the bandits. Igot cuts down the last of the robber baron's bodyguards, and the rest of our brothers start congregating on the hopelessly outclassed brigand leader. Oswald lands a quick armor-piercing strike. Rodrik circles around to join the fray. Kazarin takes a moment to catch his breath. Reinhard starts heading south. Dominic lays into the brigand leader, piercing his hand and dropping his guard. Our archers hold position for the moment. Kazarin pushes the robber baron to the brink of death, then pushes him the rest of the way over. Mark hits level 12, Rodrik hits level 12, and Oswald hits level 10. Nicely done. MVP goes to Wojtek with 3 kills. And there's a fair amount of loot here. We've got some silverware, we've got another fighting axe. And it looks like we picked up the robber baron's helmet, a flat top with mail. Definitely not a bad haul. Unfortunately, we don't have enough room to carry all of this, so I'll take care of the loot management off-screen, and we'll pick up here next time. Hey, RetconRaider here. As seems to be the trend, today was another good day for the raiders. Not only did we take out a small army of goblins, but we also knocked over 2 enemy strongholds. I'll admit, I was a bit surprised at how easily we cut through some of these fights. I guess it just goes to show how far the Raiders have come over the past few months. At this point, even our least experienced brothers are still a force to be reckoned with. We've relied pretty heavily on certain brothers in the past, but as of this episode, I've started rotating most of our front line at the end of every fight. That will ensure that all of our brothers get a chance to see battle on a regular basis, while giving some of our veterans a chance to take a break for once. Next time, we'll go collect on our latest contract, then we'll be headed back towards Weedmark. Like I said in the last episode, with the Noble War right around the corner, we don't want to stray too far from House Ravenholt's territory. I'm not sure exactly when the war will begin, but in the meantime we'll just keep taking on odd jobs to earn a bit of extra gold and experience on the side. It's best to enjoy the easy fights while we still can, because things are going to be a lot more difficult once we find ourselves thrust into the middle of a conflict between two noble houses. Still, I'm sure it's nothing we can't handle. This is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website or the fan-run wiki. Links are in the description.